Maybe it's not fake. But again, she wasn't breathing when the second one came down. Unlike, the first one. She was breathing, but I didn't know she wasn't breathing the second time.
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you.
Okay.
It's rare to see you down like this, but it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you?
Yep.
Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you.
Yep.
Am I right?
Yep.
Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks? Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Ota had a selfish love for Iris.
Yeah, no, I flat out, that's why I was saying that's fake. But then eventually got real? I don't know, we'll see.
He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
We'll see about that. She was not breathing during that, so... Man, poor Mitsuki! I just realized, both of her friends are now dead, and both of her parents are dead, so... Wow, that girl needs serious counseling now.
Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
Well, her eye was missing beforehand, but that don't make sense. Ugh. That's in front of me.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it. Making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
But then why
Mizuki
kill his
is Ota's
ex-wife?
close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
And why kill the... Yeah, he had no reason to
Shoko
kill
was
her.
married to Renju.
He didn't know that till after they were dead.
Renju by killing her.
That's a stretch. They've been divorced for years. Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
Yeah. What about this stupid
The
bear
culprit was
costume?
wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
And his behavior.
Stay away from Tessa!
See, I say this
Ota
part's
showed
fake because you
himself on the
see her
screen.
breathing.
If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice-cutting machine himself? I don't buy it.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Are you sure?
I am.
So the boss what Aiba found.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Ota could have stabbed himself. Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice-cutting machine.
Then shouldn't we have
that's
recovered
still
the
a
kitchen knife from the
stretch.
scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the
You're
water,
grasping at
stabs himself in the
straws
gut,
here.
throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Shouldn't we see blood around there then?
Well, I wasn't being serious. I
Bullshit!
didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning.
Fuck you, boss.
I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
You're giving me
Really?
the roundabout.
Yes, really.
Fuck you.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Stay away from
Watch.
Tessa!
She's breathing.
Ota
and
knew
then-
Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice cutting machine. And then...
Go back to the
Then-
scene.
Who is the culprit?
I wish I knew.
We're up to 4 victims. But Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Connections.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
You think
Right.
the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. That is a good starting point.
Well, I know a good connection. Freaking Mizuki. That's in front of me.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims. Shoko and Renji were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris.
Yeah,
She was good friends with Ota too.
but you wouldn't kill them.
But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them.
Well, just because she has the
Thinking of her
connection
as a
doesn't mean she's the
suspect is
killer.
ridiculous.
I'm just saying.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either.
But she wouldn't kill her own son.
Since Renju is the president. Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her. And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him. Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked.
But she can't
They
use
were
her
high
right
school
arm.
classmates.
Well, I guess the killer
And she
wasn't
did
using
say
his
that
right
she
arm,
met
but it'd be
Shoko
hard.
twice. But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way.
Yeah.
No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me.
Look, I'm just saying.
Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras. But there's no connection to Iris.
And he said nothing bad about Congressman Sho.
Renju, Shoko,
Really?
and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras. But again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
He could be her father. Could be his father.
I know Renju and Shoko. And I'm connected to Iris. But I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No, now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events.
And Aiba would have pointed this shit out to me.
And if I start doubting myself now...
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer. I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
I guess there's some solstice in that.
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit. To get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
Got it, boss. Alrighty. Well, you know what? We'll save that place for last. Let's go to the Matsushina Diner. Sure, it's gonna be lovely talking to her. Place was silent. So quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. Thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. Hey, girl. You want to talk about it?
This is your fault. I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris, my boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Ooh, this one's gonna be fun as hell too, I bet. Oh, and I bet at Date's residence is Mizuki, so... When I visited the Sengan house, she would probably tell me with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit down on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. After that, I couldn't say a single word. Heavy silence weighed on both of us. Hey. Gentle but strong.
Ota was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school.
Okay.
I
So let's
heard
say
it
he's
from
like
the
21,
police.
wasn't he?
Ota tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words. Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes, or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine.
Right.
Then it was two,
You
then
know.
three. And finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up. Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her. But why?
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but
No, please, tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding, the second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Prison?
Prison.
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison, in Tokyo.
Fuchu.
Prison?
I'm sorry to have bothered you.
Thanks.
I'll be going now.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them.
Right.
Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
Might as well go to Dante's residence. Talk to... Hey, girl. Mizuki's curled up on the sofa. I think we need to have some serious therapy here. She looks like a small animal framed by a predator. I think it's time we did some therapy. It's Edo Rabbit. It's stuffed rabbit. Give it to Mizuki on her birthday. Bench press. A backpack. Why is there an iron pipe there? Mizuki's favorite metal pipe. Behind Mizuki's clothes. Wow, they look so similar! Oven hood. It's a pot. My refrigerator. Alright. So, Iris, huh? Ota? Go sit on the sofa.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Of course.
Yeah.
The news was distributed heavily across the internet.
I mean, an idol
Not
dies,
just
so
in
yeah.
Japan, but worldwide. 3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body. 2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Yeah, no shit.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
No, you are not. She is not okay. I can't stay by her side forever.
Aiba, contact ABIS. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Yeah, no shit.
Understood.
That girl needs some serious counsel. We didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. If I left, I waited until the thing. Alright, let's go to Marble. Talk to Mama, I suppose.
Are you okay, honey?
I need a drink.
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning, anyway.
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Tell me.
I was posting the dried bento. So, information.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case. Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras?
Right.
Shoko also has a relationship with them.
Yeah, I
You
figured
know
that out
about her
too.
dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3. Iris?
No, not that one. The boy.
What?
He came here last night.
Ota?
Yeah.
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
How?
Have you heard the rumor?
No one told me so much story to ABIS. About Sojima and the Kabasaki district. Basic idea is this. Years ago, So showed the land to the Kabasaki district for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land price to drop dramatically. So bought back the land for 1 billion yen. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. So did Shell blow it up or conspire to blow it up? No, that won't make sense. Shell won't gain anything from that. He would end up with 29 billion in cash, 1 billion in land. It's a net zero. There's more to the story. Tell me!
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts. I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you. The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kabasaki.
Oh my lord!
Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kabasaki? So was the one who came up with it.
I was born and raised in Kabasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly. But look at Kabasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces.
Chopped to pieces.
But I promise you, I will revive the Kabasaki district at any cost. Casino Town Kabasaki will give new life to the city.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kabasaki district. At the moment, the area is still considered off-limits. However, the air in Kabasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kabasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE. And by So himself. The land he bought back for 1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
He's involved in some shady business.
Yeah, no shit.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip.
Oh dear God. I feel like some of these they could
What were we
have
talking
piled
about
on
again?
longer.
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kabasaki district?
Right.
The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Alrighty.
Thank you,
Business was
Mama.
Not
I
that
don't know
great
if what
to
you
the
told me will
Matsushita
lead to
Diner,
anything,
but
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
I actually wonder if I had picked... If I had done... here, hold on. Let's go to the menu. Let's go to the flowchart. Let's see how this looks now. Okay, so... What the hell? I wonder if I had done the other way, would Iris and them be dead? That would be interesting. I'm glad they also say, like, hey, this is undiscovered. Like, I'm glad they have that, too, so... I actually like that face. Not the face, but I like this shot of Mizuki. Granted, it sucks. What happens if I pick case file? Oh. Let's check a few things out. Oh, yeah, we got some new shit here. Oh, haha! Ah, that's adorable. I like this little drawing. Dude, it's cute. Alrighty. KE Association. Collage. Collage. Oh, collage, yeah. And the final tip for Somnia. The negative times. Cool. Alrighty. Last place to go, cold storage. Scene of the crime. Let's do this. Hey, maybe we'll meet our friend Kaname again and we can have a nice chat with him. Oh, God. Oh, if they keep that up from then, that'll be, I mean, it'll be a little lighthearted, but I highly doubt it. So then the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. Temperature hasn't raised much at all. Well, they're stuck into my skin. My center of my body was burning hot.
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
Didn't find nothing. Shells packed with the cardboard boxes. Can't see any clues here. There's a cardboard box on the floor. There's nothing in it. One box and shelf. It's empty.
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
Nothing particularly suspicious. Ah, Inspector's doing his duty as usual. Can't even ask what's your name, Kaname.
No, nothing so far.
Is this Ota's blood? I hope it's not Chris's blood! Marker points to evidence, tracks. Forklift B. Forklift. Say anything special about it. Why is it called forklift? Oh, well, forklift
This
A.
forklift is old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
Forklift. Tire on the floor covered with a layer of ice. Okay, came from the ceiling.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there she's breathing.
All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them. I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it. I have done some research.
Go ahead.
As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
Oh.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died.
I see.
Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management.
I guess that makes
In
sense.
short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
Oh.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
Yeah, I guess I never really put two and two together with that. Bloodstain A. There's a note his blood.
Right here. Iris and Ota were.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right, about that. Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or...?
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Yeah. Ota was trying to help Iris jumping at the criminal. Just scuffle and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. Lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume and finally cut open by the ice cut.
But why? Why did
Witness?
the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown.
Maybe to make the weird thing that boss said. Or under autopsy. Bodies aren't here anymore. Right here, Iris and Ota were. I need to see the video where the polar bear costume person pulls the saw down. Well, maybe it can't be fake then. Because they probably will figure out, well, Iris's body this isn't her body. Unless they found a cadaver of some sort and dressed her and made her look like Iris, but that would have taken too long. Well, what time was it when we arrived at Marble? Because it was around 3 a.m. So, I don't know. But then why go through the trouble of finding a dead body? Or making a dead body? I don't know. See, I wanted to say like that those first two videos were fake. But then that third video, we don't see Iris breathing at all. So it's like, okay, she either like... I don't know, even if you're passed out, like... I don't know. Iris and Ota were sliced in two by the slice cut machine. There has to be something to that, Iris and Ota.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed. The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
I don't know, because she wasn't breathing, so maybe she was killed by something
Iris
else.
also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
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 And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
This kind of machine. No, I'm going to let my good friend Kagami know. Let me know if you find anything. I'll let them know when they left the warehouse. Definitely would have been the same thing no matter which one I picked. Where else I saw Pewter? What's he doing here? Walked up to me while I was trying to walk it out.
Date,
Work it out.
I have to talk to you about something.
Go ahead.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little.
Why didn't you say anything at ABIS?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her.
Okay.
So, I decided to meet you here.
Tell me.
All right. Let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
Right.
I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer
Actually, both
could
you and
not
Boss
have
said
committed
that,
these
so...
crimes.
What the fuck, brah?
Let me explain why.
Okay.
I'll
good.
start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer. Although it's more accurate to say killers.
More than one?
Two people.
In the
Yeah,
first
makes
series
sense.
of killings, the culprit had an accomplice.
Yeah.
One
Figured
of
as
them
such,
was born
especially
a
if we were going by
murderous
Iris's
psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras.
Oh. Okay, hold on. What? One of them was born a murder psychopath. Okay.
They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
Okay. Well, who's the murderer then? Well, I guess we have that inmate 86. I'm actually quite interested to find out like who he is. It's probably not going to be someone we know. But water. One box. Stock containers. I know I haven't done this so much, but like most of the places we've been to are old places anyway. Now it's all online. Peter looks grimly serious. So about Rohan.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye.
How
She was already
do you know?
dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out. The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes.
Oh,
Their beauty
lovely.
stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them. He
That makes sense why
needed
they were
to
all
have
women
them,
then.
to make them his own.
But why just the left
Driven
one?
by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women.
But why
He
just
was
the
very
left one?
particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal partner, the aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to ABIS.
Why did I feel like that last bit seems to be as important as everything else? So why did Cyclops?
That I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value.
Okay.
I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
So who's the murder
He was
psychopath?
born with a brain dysfunction.
Of
Due to
course.
damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust.
Oh.
It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone.
Okay.
It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute.
Killing!
His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
What was it?
Murder!
Murder.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain.
Yeah.
The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
Yep.
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure. He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
Summarize for me.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice.
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
And one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. But that means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police. They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu.
He's 89.
Fuchu prison?
He's 89.
Yes. What's his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Number 89?
I know who killed Shogun Adami.
So, now you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
Well, I guess I think it's time we go talk to Mr. Number 89.